I've been telling y'all for months on months on months on months. Don't be surprised when billionaires do billionaire things.
Did he really have to lie? I
No,
get.
I mean, Craig didn't either, but you know.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable.
Oh my God!
For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. Lab on me, all the way.
I could have caught that.
Can't try and
Say it again.
for the record, for the record,
Because we've seen what Adesanya can
for
do.
the record,
Oh, we see what our lasagna's done.
for the
Did you
record.
call him Adesanya?
Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. A6 all the hate. I won't get involved today.
Islam?
Yeah.
I'm flipping the
Islam,
Don't hurt yourself over there.
it's a chisel Adonis, local Negro, Frank Hellcat.
Local esophagus shuts it down for everyone. There's something in the water. Yeah, it's a Hellcat.
Because we don't care. No, I'm not
We
speaking in French.
do not care.
We do not care. And now,
We do.
no, I'm not
We
speaking French. We really don't care. We've been
No.
through a lot. All right.
Ant
So
and
we
Isaac
don't
do
care.
not care.
tax. That's a joke. Tell him laugh. Uncle Sam, got the bag. Brody plot, will get a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got lab on my back. You ain't.
Yo, 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 what is going on? This is Unbounded. I am your host, always, Mr. Top Shelf Only, the Truth Ant Logan. I got my boy, the Outlier, also part of Team Top Shelf Only.
Is that what we're doing now? Is that something new?
You haven't seen me, and I've been doing a lot when I tag Duke and stuff. So Duke say something like, "Did you see Duke? What was it last week? He just did an interview with JBL.
Yep. He did JBL. He did Jerry.
Jerry Lawler, and then
Yeah.
he dropped the Booker T one when he joined us.
Really?
Is that your father, Jamie? Speaking of fathers, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Yeah. Shout out to all the fathers.
Been a weird one for me, just being that this was my first Father's Day without my father. When I went down to the cemetery, went to go just sit there for a little bit. How you doing, cuz? But I'll push it through, dog.
All right.
I see it.
I mean, it's like you don't have to push through it alone. That's why I tell people. You know what I mean? Like, that's what a support system is for. You ain't got to push through it.
So, you know.
That's
Not
just
really.
not for him. That's for everybody. You don't. If you're going through something, you don't have to push through it alone. You really don't. I mean, you think you have to because it's your own issue, but you don't have to. You don't have to. That's what support systems are for.
Definitely.
So use your support systems, people. Use your support systems.
Indeed. I'm gonna hold off on the wrestling for a little bit. Let's get into some music.
Yeah. Like I said,
did you listen to the Drake album?
I did not listen. I heard a little bit of it at this kickback I went to last night, but somebody told me it was basically techno, because I know there's a lot of beats were like kind of like house techno beats. You know what I mean?
Who was it? Jalen Williams. For those who don't know, that is the sister of WWE superstar Mace, Brennan Williams, former NFL player. She was like, "I like this Drake." I was like, "Oh my gosh, I've never seen anybody spell that out." When I said it out loud, I was like, "Okay, I see what she did here."
How did she spell it?
It was like UNTZ.
I watched. I was. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna be a little transparent right now. I was a little faded last night. So
you missed the treat. I'm not gonna get to it just yet, but you missed the treat.
what? No, I saw the highlights of the fights. I saw people getting knocked out left and right, but I didn't like sit down and watch them because I was busy.
Man, it was a great night for fights. But before we get to any fighting, it's the summertime,
Yes.
and that can only mean one thing in the world of hip hop.
Black Thought is releasing an album in August.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about.
We're going to Run the Jewels concert.
That's not what I'm talking about either. I'm talking about the XXL magazine just dropped its freshman class.
Okay. Who are these people?
All right, so we're going to go through it. I already knew exactly what you're going to say. So here we have the XXL freshman class. And to be honest with you, going into this, I probably knew just off the name value, I knew one person. And it was not my fault, but I knew two people. But one of them you probably know from a song that has made its way to TikTok. But let's go through the names of the people that is on this list.
Okay, all right. I see one of them.
Who is that?
Too far. Slow down. You're going too fast, bro. Slow down.
All right. So, Baby Tron.
Okay, which ones? You're gonna have to point to these people and tell me who they are, because.
Okay, so Baby Tron is. You see the one all the way in the back with it looks like a bucket hat?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
I know that much. Cochise.
Okay.
I can't figure out exactly which one is Cochise.
I haven't figured that out.
But he was decent. It was decent.
So Cochise. So honestly, Cochise could be anybody in that group, except for the dude you pointed out as Baby Tron. I ain't gonna hold you.
Braden, I know this ain't the Braden J. I think it is. Saucy Santana.
That was my guess. That's
Saucy Santana.
Yeah.
For you probably heard his song "Material World."
Oh no, I don't think I have.
Material World or something like that. Whatever he's saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Babyface Ray.
Well, it's obviously who Callie is. Because she got a chain. It's obviously who Callie is because she got a chain with her name.
You've heard of Callie. I can say you that now.
So what?
You've heard of Callie.
Yeah. Well, obviously. Well, not obviously. Wait, have I?
You've heard one of her songs.
Have I?
He want my number. I just hit with it. Fantasize got a feeling for the
It doesn't help anything for me.
You've never seen the videos on TikTok where the girls like, you want my number? I just hit it with the
No, I don't think I have. I don't think I'm on that side of TikTok.
Well, lucky for you. Ken the Man. I can't figure out which woman Ken the Man is, but yes, Ken the Man is a woman.
I had the word I was going to use, and it just went out of my head. I want to say progressive, but I don't think that's the right word for that.
Hey, Becky Lynch called herself the man for a while too. So I mean, who are me?
I'm gonna guess. Scroll up. I'm gonna guess. Ken the Man is homegirl in the silver. I'm gonna guess.
You might be right. I don't know. I can't tell you, but Callie was kind of a dead giveaway with the chain sitting right there.
Yeah.
So Fago. Big Scar.
Big Scar is obviously the fat dude, the big dude. That's obviously Big Scar.
So you're saying the guy right here showing all the teeth maybe Big Scar?
Yeah.
You might be right. Again, I don't know. Big 30.
Okay, I might be wrong. That might be Big 30. The other dude, I don't know. I ain't gonna hold you. Hang on.
Let me see if I can figure this out for us while we're Big Scar. What does Big Scar look like? So I can Big Scar. Nope. So I'm guessing Big Scar is. I think Big Scar is the dude right here with the chain here. Right here with the money in his hand.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yep, that's Big Scar. That is Big Scar. I'm looking at him right now. That's Big Scar.
Big 30.
Big 30 is
people.
Big
I've
30
never
is the
heard.
big dude. Like I guess, Big 30 is
Yeah,
the big
Big 30
dude.
is
Showing
that
his
guy. Which one is Sofago?
Sofago. That's a weird name. Sofago is the kid with the hair. He's definitely looks like a kid. There's no way he's over 20.
Okay, the one with the hair that looks like orange soda. Okay.
That looks like orange soda. Wow. Yes,
no,
that is Sofago. Babyface Ray is homie.
I think that's on the top, right?
No.
It's either that one or the one.
Yeah. That's fake. That's Babyface Ray.
I've seen pictures of
Babyface Ray has got the tie on. That's a nice combo, by the way.
Yo, he probably look. That's a dope fit.
That is a dope.
Real basic, but it stands out for some reason. I don't know why.
Ken the Man is the girl in the silver.
Girl in the silver. Okay, so that means that Dochi is the girl down bottom.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, that's the scroll up. That's
so the one that is round.
Girl in the silver is Ken the Man. Cochise is, as soon as I find it. Callie is obviously Callie. I am Dochi. Is that supposed to be Cochise?
Which one?
The girl, because I found I am okay. So the girl at the bottom on the ground, that's Cochise. Or I am Dochi. Wait, is there a name for Dochi?
That's Dochi.
I don't. That's okay. Dochi. Okay, right. All right. That's what Dochi is.
KC is the one right beside that Dochi's leaning on.
Okay, that's KC. Cool. Nardo Wick has got to be the dude.
Nardo Wick's got to be the one.
That's Nardo Wick right there. It's got to be
right in the middle.
The dude in the middle.
Yeah, which means that
Nardo Wick is the dude in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would mean that that would mean Cochise is
homie right here
with the backwards hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got to be.
Cochise, I saw some of the songs I listened to from Cochise was actually pretty solid. That's all I can tell you. I've heard like one song from Nardo that I can think of, the Who Want Smoke song. Do. What is that? Do.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that song. Yeah. Who is that? That's Nardo Wick. Okay.
Yeah. If you're listening, go ahead and give us some likes and share it. Let's get this out here. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. But you already know I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to go listen to the freestyles. I'll bring it back to if there's anything worth listening to, whether it's really good or just so bad that it reminds me of who are some of the worst ones we've seen over the last few years.
We did. What's her name? Comethazine.
Comethazine wasn't bad.
No, it was
in that class though.
The dude who was supposed to be a rapper, he was singing. He turned into Neo and started singing.
You thought, ain't that the dude that looked like a salamander? The dude looked like a salamander.
Comethazine was he was way too aggressive. Like
Comethazine scared me.
It was like, I don't think you need all that, bro. Like, that's way too aggressive for a freestyle.
He's the type of rapper that was like, if you look at it the wrong way, you feel like you're going to get killed.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what's there. I don't
know.
But
I saw one TikTok and the guy was saying that basically, and they're saying that this is the most diverse list, and I wonder if it's because of Saucy Santana. I really think they threw the diverse word there because of Saucy Santana.
I was gonna say diverse. You mean like in terms of style or because of looks?
I mean,
because there's only what, 3 women.
Not like last year's. Everybody knows this is black. I think Baby Tron is black.
Based on that picture, he looks mixed.
He's something. But remember last year they had
Jack Harlow was in it, right?
Yeah, Jack Harlow there. So I'm really thinking are they calling it diverse because of the fact that this is the first, as far as I know, out gay male artist?
Do we know that he's gay?
Who?
Saucy Santana. Hey, listen to me. I saw Velveteen Dream the first time and thought that man was.
Okay, let me go look this up then.
And then I thought he was, and then it turned out he wasn't.
Where is he?
All right, you got me there, but still, you know.
Yes, he is.
Huh?
He is. He has a few interviews about talking about it, and then they got plenty of articles about him being out and open about it. So
they're flaming Baby Keem right now on Twitter.
Why are they flaming Baby Keem?
So, first of all, shout out to one of the greatest of all time, Kendrick Lamar, for celebrating 35 years of life.
Dang, he did 35. Let's okay.
Yeah, so there's a video of him. He looks like an all-white party. He's blowing the candles out, and Baby Keem is in the background. He got a tie on. He's got his shirt out, a dress shirt out, and all that. Somebody said, "Why Baby Keem always dressed like?" Then he says, "Baby Keem always dressed like an overworked public defender."
Hey yo.
So he said, "Baby Keem dressed like an accounting student when numbers don't add up."
Leave this man alone.
So he said, "Baby Keem." So he says, "Baby Keem always dressed like a corrupt detective." Then somebody posted a picture of Mankind with the tie. Let me send you. Have you seen the video? All right, let me send you the video, and these tweet. What I'm reading will get much funnier. Will be way funnier. Like, just look at this right quick. Baby Keem is like, you can see him directly in the background. This is funny. You said Baby Keem. Baby Keem. Did you get it? Oh shit.
What's happening? Yeah, I see it now. Hold on.
You see him in the background?
Oh my gosh! What in the world? Who dressed this man?
He said they getting on him. They said Baby Keem 1,000% got black Air Force Ones on in this video.
Who dressed this man?
He said he dressed like a Chuck E. Cheese manager. Baby Keem dressed like the hackers in movies who say, "Oh, guys, you might want to see this."
And he just looked weird as it is.
Baby Keem, he dressed like his stocks never go up in value. They are killing this man right now. Baby Keem looks like he just got off a 9 to 5.
Oh my gosh. Why did they do this?
He dressed like he's a stepdad with 12 kids. That ain't his.
I hate that for him.
He really does dress like a disgruntled TV detective. A corrupt lawyer. That's the consistency I'm seeing. Like either corrupt detective or a corrupt lawyer or an overworked lawyer. Baby Keem just like he just got out of prison. See another stressed out lawyer.
Did you say warrior? What,
lawyer.
Oh, well, speaking of warriors, anyway, Congratulations to the Golden State Warriors on winning their 4th NBA championship in 8 years. Steph Curry finally got that MVP that had been elusive him his entire time as a champion.
He should have 2 MVPs, but KD stole it from him the first time. So.
KD was clearly the MVP. I don't think it was close.
This show's going to be really good.
Did you see that they fined Jack Del Rio for his comments?
Yes, I did. Which I didn't have any issue with because, look, you can have your opinion, but it's like we're gonna have opinions. At least, be I want to say honest with them, but to call it a dust up. That's not
That was my biggest issue with it. Like everything else, I was like, okay, I understand where you're going here.
That's not
then he called J6 a dust up. I was like,
that's the biggest thing that got me. It was like I understand he can have his opinion, but I was like, that's not a dust up. That's more than a dust up.
A woman got killed.
Yes.
There was some chaos.
Officers got killed.
This doesn't really show off as a dust up. If you want to dust up, go back to the summer of 2020 in Virginia Beach. That was more of a dust up.
Yeah.
Now, when you talk about situations that happened during that time period, yes, I've been saying. So we dealt with at least 2 different attempts at insurrection in that time period between the summer and the beginning of 2021. Nobody really talks about what happened over in Seattle, in the Washington area, because they went into the Capitol there too.
Well, they also did in Michigan too. Michigan, all those armed.
Evidently, that was. I don't know. I guess they found out that was some type of inside job. I don't know.
Well, but I'm saying, you know what happened, right? All those people armed with their guns burst into the Capitol. I mean, amazingly, they had more security there. So what?
They just arrested some of Colbert's crew in the Capitol. They were in there illegally.
Yeah, people are still getting arrested. The officers involved, they just had more officers come in and testify before the committee. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, officers are still dying because they had, they suffered from heavy trauma from this thing. So this is more than a dust up.
Yeah, that was my biggest issue with him saying that. Yeah, there is a bit of a discrepancy in a lot of the coverage of some of the things, but at the same time, you still have to at least acknowledge the fact that what happened that day was beyond reprehensible. And it was a funny thing because a lot of the Republican lawmakers even said this is not right. And they said it that same day after everything cleared up. They got it there and said this was not right. The people that did this should be punished to the fullest extent of the law, rightfully so. I don't even care who the people were, whether they were actors or people who were legit. I don't care. You made everybody look bad.
That was my whole thing. I didn't want to make it. I didn't want to make it political. Because when I went into work the next day, I was like, "Yo, guys, that's the Capitol. That's supposed to be this pinnacle of our democracy, a symbol of our democracy." And I got a response that was like, "Well, those were just statues." I said, "Dog, that's a statue that could be anywhere. That's not a statue. Is not a symbol of our democracy. A Confederate statue is not supposed to be the symbol of our democracy." You know what I mean? That is the symbol of our democracy. You know what I mean? But I can't vibe with it.
I'm not even supporting with how that went down either, especially with the fact that it almost cost the man his life.
Oh yeah. But it's just, I don't know. This wasn't. It just really I was watching
that one part that I think that was the reason why he went and got it. And I understand that Jonathan Allen came in support of him. which is cool. I mean, I don't think Jack they're real. Like you got people who are already trying to call him racist and everything. Like, I don't think that's the case. He just saw that there was the difference in how they covered it.
Between what and what?
Between what they dub now the Summer of Love, which I don't understand, but a lot of the things that happened then.
Well, here I'm gonna get back to that in a second, but that was. It's all about verbiage, honestly. Like I said, if he didn't call, he would not be in trouble. He would not be in trouble. Now, here's the thing: I don't know what his political views are. I don't know. I don't think he's racist or anything like that or anything whatsoever. He's solely got in trouble and is like blasted the way he's been blasted now solely because of the fact of what he said.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that it was a dust up and it was something too serious that you can't call it a dust up. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
You can't call it a stuff.
I never call anything where someone was actively shot. The second that happens, dust up should never be the word to use.
Yeah. Plus, it doesn't help that they're still trying to martyr this woman. They're trying to make a martyr of this woman, which is not going to work.
I mean, look. I'm tired of just making a martyr out of anybody that had been in the wrong, and then whether the officer in question went too far or whatnot, whether they went too far or not, I'm done with all this making martyrs out of people who aren't really worthy of being martyrs. Like, I get it. George Floyd's death was the reason why we got to the point we did in 2020. Does not mean that I need to see a bunch of George Floyd statues.
I will agree with that. But I think you see him. You see him as a symbol of you're not looking beyond the person. For me, you got to see him as a symbol. You know what I mean? What does seeing this statue mean? It means that at one point in history, somebody caused the entire world to stop what they were doing and focus on one single issue that has a global issue, that is a global issue, but none more so global than in the United States. It is an issue that like I said, it doesn't, not that it doesn't happen in other countries, but I mean, it wasn't happening as frequently. You know what I mean? It seemed like just about every day in the year 2020, the police were involved in something that didn't make them look good.
Here's my thing. I don't want to, and maybe I'm just not a big statue person.
It depends about the statue. Like, I'll take a statue of the Undertaker.
But
a statue.
I know why.
Why he has a statue, or
no. Why I'm not a person that cares about putting statues of people. It is my upbringing.
Hang on. I don't know. I know
statues of.
Hang on. I am the Lord. I am the Lord your God. You shall know other gods before me.
It feels like you're basically immortalizing them and making them some form of god.
And then, what's the other one?
Hold on.
Thou shalt not worship false idols, right?
On statues.
Right.
Let's look, because I'm pretty sure there's something in here. You should not make idols for yourselves or erect the image or pillar, and you should not set up a figured stone in your land to bow down to it. For I am the Lord.
That's Bible.
And that's why, the wrestling statues, they made what? Didn't they make Ric Flair one?
They made a Flair one recently.
Right. And this is why, because they made the Ric Flair one, and now Ric Flair has basically been walled from WWE.
They had a Flair one. I think Dusty had one.
They got a Dusty one.
They did the last one for Taker.
Yeah, and the Taker one.
And I thought I saw
Did they make one
a
for
Bret Hart one. I thought I saw one for Bret Hart. I thought I did.
I got a feeling they probably made a Triple H one next. But
yeah, Triple H is probably next.
I
But
don't
I feel
believe in bringing statues up is just ridiculous to me. Because at the end of the day, that person is flawed.
Yes.
And regardless of what someone does, that flaw will always be there. So yes, people are going to bring up George Floyd, but then at the same time, they're going to keep looking at it. Well, he did this, he did that, this, that, and the third. And the same thing with just about anybody else has been a statue made of them.
That's
why we had those issues in 2020 where they were trying to take down the Confederate statues. They were trying to take down. I thought I saw somebody trying to take down a George Washington one. And at some point, it's going to come to it where any Martin Luther King statue is going to be taken down. I can see it now. It's not happening right now, but I can see it that somewhere down the line, you're going to start seeing people say that we need to take down the Martin Luther King statues because he cheated on correct. The conversation is already starting.
No, it's just I don't know.
The conversation started.
I know this is a whole other conversation, but I watched something that was very frustrating to me. I hate cults, right?
Oh yeah, me too.
So I was watching. I was at my buddy's house, and we were watching something about the Latter-day Saints and the fundamentalist Latter-day Saints documentary on Netflix. Was it Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey on Netflix? And I'm talking about Warren Jeffs, who's currently serving like 2 life sentences. And he's serving life in prison for felony child abuse because he was marrying like underage girls under the Mormon church. Anyway, that's not the point. And polygamy and all that. The frustrating thing about this was, and it's still frustrating, and it's why I hated, why I think I hold this beef with Republicans and conservatives, mostly Trump supporters. While I hold beef with, like, whenever I bring up a story about Lauren Boebert or Taylor Green or Matt Gaetz or whatever, why I get very frustrated, like with what I sent you yesterday. Like when I sent you stuff like that, I'm like, I think about this. I'm like, this is the same thing. And it's very frustrating because I'm amazed that this dude had so much ego, narcissism, and charisma to where he could tell you anything. And you could, like, all of a sudden throw your life away at behest of this dude, this guy. You know what I mean?
But so, like I said all the time when I see it, I enjoy watching things about politics.
I was going to say the one difference. The one difference between the two is that one of them is based in religion. But one of the things is that I noticed about it was when his father died, what was his name? Rulon Jeffs. When he died, their faith is that the prophet, who's the head of it, the prophet is God in the flesh, right? And he's not supposed to die. He just gets reincarnated as a younger version of himself. So when he died at the funeral, people were standing by his funeral, mostly his like 68 wives. Yes, he had like 68 wives for polygamy. I know it was so fucking frustrating. When they said he died, they were standing by his casket, like waiting for him to pop up. And obviously he never did, but you know, I'm saying it's that kind of thing that frustrates me about our last president. It was like he got all these people believing in all this stuff, and when it didn't happen, I think the most frustrating thing is that it didn't happen, and they're still riding with it. You know what I mean? That's the frustrating thing to me about the whole thing.
But the thing is, like, I don't care for either side.
No, neither do I.
As a whole, like there are a few on the sides that I was like, okay, I can. If you were in my area, I'd probably put my name. I'd probably put the check mark there for you. But the way you look at like what's her name, Lauren Boebert? Was her name Lauren?
Lauren Boebert, yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, all of them. On the other side, you also have like the Cori Bushes of the world and the AOCs. Like they're like the two extremes of each side. Is like you got Cori Bush, AOC,
or Cory Booker. You mean? I know you mean, but yeah. And he froze.
TG and both sides made ridiculous statements, like the statement that you sent me, where she basically said that. What was it that
she said? Jesus wouldn't have gotten killed if he had AR-15s. Hang on, let me read it directly because it was so that fucking dumb.
Dude, his purpose wasn't to come here with a gun. His purpose was to come here and die.
That's what the thing was. And she said this at a Christian conference. She didn't say that in no Republic, like a CPAC or nothing. She said this at a Christian conference. She said Jesus didn't have enough AR-15s to keep his government from killing him. Because that's why he came.
You know what? I noticed something.
She said on Twitter, a lot of the little Twitter trolls like to say, oh, Jesus didn't need an AR-15. How many AR-15s do you think Jesus would have had? She continued, well, he didn't have enough to keep his government from killing him.
And neither statement needed to be said in the first place. Let's just put it that way. Neither statement should have ever been said. So both are here.
Yeah. I like to know what you said before this, but then I don't want to get even more angry.
So here's my thing. So I take those for one I just named out. Do you think they would be as talked about if they were more towards the center?
Like if she said something like this, but she was more center?
No, if she would have just said that the statement didn't need to be said, it was ridiculous and everything like that, that it would be talked about.
If she was more center?
Yes.
If she was more center, I don't think she would say this at all.
If she was more center, I wouldn't think you'd know who she was.
Same. If they were more center, I think honestly we'd probably be like, sure, they're Democrat and Republican, but if they were more center, I feel like we have get a lot more stuff done.
That's
but we have extremes. Huh?
That's the point. They got to get name out there. So you say the most extreme stuff, regardless of what political affiliation you have, then your name's gonna be out there. That's why people know about Boebert and.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And Marjorie go out and makes headlines on everybody's platform.
Yeah. Anyway.
And I'm not a fan of it.
No, neither am I.
That's probably why I can't be a politician, because I'm not. I wouldn't be in it to just make a whole bunch of wild out of the box statements. My issue with politicians, regardless of party, it's a lot of selfishness to it. So everybody, a few months ago, everybody was talking about how the Republicans that want to approve the justice.
Yeah.
But we forget how back in 03 we had the opportunity.
Yeah, we did have the opportunity to approve of justice before.
Right. So basically filibuster the approval for this black woman to be on the circuit court. Right. George Bush goes back and says, "Okay, we're going to try this again." They went ahead and let it go through. And as soon as it was time to appoint another justice, Joe Biden went out there and said, she's going to get filibustered. He didn't say he was going to do it, but he said she's going to get filibustered. And that attacks 2 points right now that have been issues that the Democrats have been making issues out of. One, them not approving her because she's a black woman. Two, the filibuster issue. They only push things that will keep them from doing the things they want to do. And goes to the Republican side. They were doing all this crying about the baby formula. How many of them approved the baby formula bill?
I'm going to assume not as many as should have.
Very, very few. A lot of the ones that were very loud about it said no. Now, was it something that I don't know about? Maybe. So I need to read about it. Cool. But where is the media to ask? My issue when it comes to the media, the media issue is, especially on the left, this is the real left issue for me. Instead of asking, they just assume. And they throw these buzzwords out there. Now, there are some on the right that I gotta give credit to. They're doing it to push their narrative, but they're asking the questions. They're doing it in a way where they know they're not going to get the answer they want. And it may look bad in a way. Because you've already seen one of the biggest questions that's been going around for the last month or so. What is a woman? And it's been the question of the last 2 months, ever since the approval of Justice Jackson, I don't know. But they know they're not going to answer it the way they want to be answered, and so it makes that side look bad in the eye of a lot of people that are just looking from the middle. So there's things on both sides where I'm like, both y'all could be doing better. But that's my political spill for the week.
Yep.
From the center point view of my own eyes. Let's move on to some wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you got?
Let's get to the biggest story of the week.
Orange Cassidy's going to fight Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door? Yeah, that's pretty big.
The biggest story.
Hey, that's big to me. It's big to me.
The biggest story in wrestling right now has nothing to do with AEW per usual. Why? Because.
Oh, I know the big story. Slammiversary is today.
No. Well,
it
is today, but that's not the big story. We'll be back at 8 o'clock for that.
Yes.
But the big story is Vince McMahon. Evidently had an affair. And during this affair, a certain song came on. And I guess it goes a little, if the homies can't have none. And so he passed said woman to Mr. John Laurinaitis. And so this woman was evidently she was a paralegal and then moved up the ranks to basically the right-hand woman to John Laurinaitis up until she was furloughed. In this, Vince McMahon, I don't know if this was around the time before him and Linda were separated, but in order to keep this from out of the public eye, he decided to give this woman, what was it, $3 million?
$3 million.
And NDA?
$3 million. Yep.
$3 million. They started taking the story and making it to be an assault charge. And this is when you start realizing people don't read.
Yeah.
The biggest issue with this story is whether he used company money as such money or was his personal money. If this was personal money, he's fine.
The other issue that I have personally with it, and I think everybody's had personally with it, is the fact that he passed her around like she was fucking nothing.
If it was consensual, then it's not my circus, not my monkeys.
Fair enough. It's just like
look.
I had a
If that's your lifestyle, who are me to judge?
No, but the thing that got me, it wasn't even that she that it was the fucking thing. It wasn't like it was the fact that why you gotta pay somebody off type shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I had an issue with it. I had the thought yesterday, and the thought left my head, and now I'm empty. Now my head is empty. I just know that I'm kind of over billionaires doing stuff. Like I'm tired of hearing about billionaires doing whatever. You know, I don't care.
What did I tell you? I told you. I've been telling you this. I told you this months ago. Billionaires do stuff like this all the time.
I know, and it's one of those things where it's the same thing. Like I don't know why we have celebrity news. For example, take Run the Jewels and Killer. Take Run the Jewels for example. Killer Mike and LP, right? I like them. I enjoy their music. I follow Killer Mike on Twitter and all that. But at the same time, I don't really want to hear all their private news that doesn't affect me. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear about that. I like Chris Evans. I don't want the news to say, hey, Chris Evans, went for a walk today in LA. I don't care.
But that's you. And for some odd reason, everybody can't be like us and not care about what said celebrity ate for lunch. Because that's what it seems like. It seems like people, they get followed around. LeBron James takes a dump.
That's a weird one.
I went for weird. Because a lot of the times, some of the stuff that they be talking about is just straight weird. Because evidently, it was somebody brought out that evidently he had an affair with a girl. Another one. So it's like rich people do rich people things. And a lot of times this is a really funny one too. The most why should I care news article.
Yeah, I don't care.
Joe Biden falling off a bike.
Who cares?
He has no balance.
Who cares? I watched that video to see what everybody was talking about. I'm like, and people said it was funny. It's like, why is this funny?
I haven't even seen it yet. It was like, this is not worth my time.
Like, if you're gonna give me a story like that woman in India. That was crazy. Like, I'll listen to that story. You seen that?
Oh, what happened?
So a woman in India was an elephant, right? Killed a woman in India.
She was an elephant?
No, let me finish. An elephant in India killed a woman, right? Killed her. She was like 70 years old. Killed her. Then, at the funeral, the elephant pulls up at the funeral, grabs the woman's corpse, starts ragdolling her again, her corpse, at the funeral.
Mm.
The video of it just got released, and it's like everybody's sitting there, and then you just hear the elephant. You just see the elephant coming through the frame, and then it's wild, absolutely wild.
That'd be something worth reading. But
yeah, I'm gonna send you the link.
It really must suck right now to be Jerry McDevitt.
You said what?
It must really suck right now to be Jerry McDevitt.
Why would it suck to be him?
Because he's a lawyer.
Okay.
Having to deal with Vince McMahon's issues here. Because not only is he dealing with this, but he's being sued by Oliver Luck.
You're gonna have to help me. Who's Oliver Luck?
Andrew Luck's dad. The guy that was helping him run the XFL.
Oh, that's not good.
So yeah, it just has to suck being him. On top of the fact that there's a possibility that Sasha Banks could be leaving WWE. And all this just like overshadowed the fact that Jeff Hardy got arrested last weekend for drunk driving. So I don't know what to tell you, dog. One more story before we get him out of here. Did you hear about the Hana Kimura law?
The what? Yes. And wait, what do you feel about it?
You get your take real quick. I gotta take care of something.
I think that the fact that a law, look, first of all, what happened to Hana Kimura is tragic. The fact that people bullied her so bad online that she decided to kill herself at 22 is sad. But the fact that this needs a law that states if you can be held accountable for bullying online to the point of because somebody drives it to that point is very sad to me, because it proves that there are people in this world who truly don't give a fuck about other people. Which, not that you really expect people to, because people are going to mind their business, but it's just, it's kind of sad. It's sad that we need this in this world. Like, so here's what it says. So she received racist abuse online of a guy who named on the show, reality show Terrace House. So they passed legislation on Monday that raised the punishment for online insults to up to 1 year in prison and a fine of 300,000 yen, which is approximately $2,200. The law had certain critics worried that the effect it would have on free speech in the country, so provision was added to reassess the law in 3 years to gauge its impact on freedom of expression. Originally, the punishment for online insults had been no more than 30 days in jail and a fine of approximately 10,000 yen, or approximately $75. One man who was found guilty of cyberbullying Kimura was fined 9,000 yen, approximately $66, and reportedly apologized to Kimura's family. The new line defines the difference between insults and defamation, stating that insults are demeaning comments that do not present any kind of fact. A defamation refers to demeaning comments while pointing to specific facts. She was only 22 years old. 22. And other members of the show Terrace House came forward with their online on online harassment, and people and the show got canceled. I think there shouldn't be a law for this. You would think, and this is just my opinion, you would think that maybe it's because I have too much optimism. Maybe it's because I don't hate humanity as much as some people that I know do. You know what I mean? So the fact that we need a law to tell people, hey, don't bully people online. Well, not the, okay, I keep saying we. The law is in Japan. Or the fact that there is a law, you know, that says you shouldn't be, that don't bully people to the point where they commit suicide is really bad. It's not, that doesn't bode well for humanity. That's supposed to be this, you know, thing that, you know, our unity as humans is what, well, at least that's how they portray it in the movies, you know, portrayed in the movies that we as humans are very resilient when facing like an outer threat, but in reality, we commit inside jobs all the time. I don't know. I'm over it. I don't like it. I mean, no, not the law. I'm not saying I don't like the law. I'm just saying I just hate the fact that we need laws that tell us to be decent humans. Why can't we just be decent humans?
Because
why can't we?
People aren't decent humans. Like, decent humans is basically almost a superpower at this point. But here's my issue. Because I saw a lot of people saying, especially on Twitter, saying that the United States should do this. We can't. We literally cannot.
Well, that's the thing they thought about in Japan, because I just read it. In Japan, they were like, we could do it, but like there were critics of it. But what they did was they said, we're going to go back. We're going to they put in a provision in there to look at it in 3 years, again, to bring it back up in 3 years to see, so they can gauge if the impact of it.
So I don't know if Japan has a constitution.
Well, they do have free speech in there. You know, let's actually.
What does their free speech entail?
That's what I was about to look up.
Because I can tell you now, according to the First Amendment of the United States, it says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people to peacefully assemble and to petition the government for redress.
Okay, so they have Article 21 of Japan's Constitution. Yeah, Article 21 of Japan's Constitution. Freedom of speech, freedom of assembly and association, as well as speech, press, and all other forms of expression are guaranteed. No censorship shall be maintained, nor shall the secrecy of any means of communication be violated. That's a Constitution of Japan of 1946. I don't know if it's, yeah. Okay. No, yeah, you're 100% right. Everybody gangs again until they get in front of that phone. Speaking of which, I saw a video. You know who Zab Judah is, right? So Zab Judah is a boxer, right? He was a former boxer. So what they did was he went into this guy on the street. You know how they do those street interviews, stuff like that. He went somewhere and he was talking to somebody. He says, and like, do you know who? I don't know if it was stage now. That's not the point. He said, do you know who? What do you think of Zab Judah? You know, and this dude was like criticizing all of them and saying, you know, oh, Zab Judah, he's slow. He looks old. He's not that good and all this other stuff. And then he says, oh, you know, well, Zab Judah's right here. And Zab Judah walks up and says, I'm sorry, what were you saying? You know what I mean? And it's stuff like that, you know, and it's like, and then all of a sudden the dude backed off. It's like, oh shit, Zab Judah, let me, you know, he's like, what were you saying? You were saying something about, you know, how you know, I'm old and all this other stuff, you know what I mean? Or what was that other show? Bully Beatdown. Well, Bully Beatdown was different because it was people who were literally getting bullied, like physically, not on screen. They were getting bullied, and then they went on they fought like MMA fighters. They put them in a cage, and if the guys survived the fight, not one, if they survived, they get a whole bunch of money. But if not, then, you know, they don't get the money. I was on MTV way back when. I was saying stuff like that, you know. Yeah, he's right. Everybody's gangster until, you know, somebody pulls up on them. Everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone.
And the thing, what was it?
Like,
and somebody really tried to tell me that America could get away with making a law like this. There's been a whole case in the Supreme Court saying that you cannot, that basically hate speech is the thing. Hate speech is the word. Regardless of what people want to say, there is no way you can put somebody in jail for saying hateful things. This is a moral issue, not a legal issue. And that's the issue. People are conflicting, are basically getting the confusion between morals and legality. The issue that Hana Kimura went through is a moral issue.
Here's the thing, but in here, like a case here we had, I remember you had a guy, I think it was based on a true story. A girl bullied this guy to killing himself. I gotta think about it. I want to make sure I get it right. I don't want to present false pretense.
Hold on. Now that's a different story.
Hang on, girl presses to.
Now, if you're actively telling somebody to do that, that can be actually looked at as involuntary manslaughter. But in a Supreme Court case,
that's British Columbia.
On the issue Mattel versus Tam in 2017, the justice unanimously, let's put it out there, unanimously, and I believe at this time this was a liberal-heavy Supreme Court. They reaffirmed that there is effectively no hate speech exception to the free speech rights protected by the First Amendment, and the United States government may not discriminate against speech on the basis of the speaker's viewpoint.
Okay, so I'm looking at a story right now. 2013, girl is charged for cyberbullying, cyberbullying girl who committed suicide in Florida. This is from 2013. 2 girls were arrested, ages 12 and 14, are charged with felonies for the suicide death of a 12-year-old girl. They cyberbullied her for months before she took her own life.
Where's this at?
This was in Florida in 2013.
They had to find something really convincing.
They said they bullied the girl. The suspects bullied the girl for more than a year, taunting her in person and then online. And the abuse continued even after the girl changed schools.
They were probably, because that's a very tough one to prove. They've had it. Did they convict her?
Say what?
Did
they got them both. I think they convicted them both.
So again, that was a very severe case, and they probably gotten them for involuntary manslaughter, right?
Then another one says in 2017, a bullying drove a 13-year-old girl to kill herself in California. She said brain dead. I think she overdosed, all that. They said there was bullying at school and on social media by classmates who taunted her for her braces and called her ugly. They were not aware. Yeah.
Wait, is that all? They arrested for calling her ugly?
Yeah, well, it must have been more. That's according to the article I'm finding.
But at the end of the day, this is a moral issue more than anything else.
Oh yeah, here's the one. This is the one. Massachusetts court, a woman upheld the manslaughter. This is in 2019. 2014, a woman accused of goading her teenage boyfriend to committing suicide.
Boom.
I think that they made a series about this. Michelle Carter
encouraged her to do it, right?
Yeah, she was.
That's basically involuntary manslaughter.
Yeah, prosecutors charged her. Prosecutors said urged her 18-year-old boyfriend to kill himself. To kill himself in a parking lot about 60 miles south of Boston. Yeah, consider the first in the state to consider manslaughter charges tied to texting. She was saying that civil liberty advocates were advocating for Carter, saying she was being prosecuted for her speech. But the justice said the evidence supported a finding that Carter, then 17, badgered her boyfriend Roy, by phone to get back into a carbon monoxide filled truck after he had stepped out of the truck and constantly pressuring him in text messages to commit suicide.
Yeah.
So he was in the truck, started to do it, and then got out of the car, and she was texting him saying, "No, get back in there and do it," and he did it.
That's messed up.
Yeah. She's now 22. This is from 2019. The conviction, he rejected her lawyer, I guess. The evidence against the defendant proved that by her wanton or reckless conduct, she caused the victim's death by suicide. He rejected arguments by Carter that her conviction violated her free speech rights under the U.S. Constitution, saying that the court would not punish her for words alone, but for reckless and wanton words causing death. Daniel Marks called the decision disappointing and was considering an appeal. So prosecutors, like I said, prosecutors presented evidence showing that Roy briefly left the vehicle after he began overwhelmed by the fumes, but returned after Carter, who spoke with him by phone, urged him to get back in. She said the instruction was captured in a text message Carter sent to a friend she had in earlier text messages, and encouraged Roy to promise to kill himself and helped him plan the event after he had abandoned earlier suicide attempts. So he was already suicidal even before, and she knew he was suicidal. She says, "Well, since you're suicidal, let me help you out with that."
That's jacked up, bro.
Yeah. So they found her guilty of involuntary manslaughter in June 2017. She's ordered 15 months of a 2.5-year sentence. Her sentence was on hold while she appealed. I think this is something I saw, like they made a show out of this. I think they did. I'm not sure. Oh, she's free. She was released from prison last year. The show is called The Girl from Plainville. That's the name of the show that's about this. So,
but yeah, I said it before. I don't expect people on the internet to do better. Let's be real. A lot of people on the internet, they will cry about things and then they'll go turn right back around and do the same thing to somebody else. I can't remember what her name was, but she was crying about being doxxed. Just turn around and dox the woman that's behind the little TikTok page. Regardless of how you feel about the page, for you to go out and dox somebody after crying about being doxxed, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I've seen it so many times. That's why when Brad Shepard put out the information on the woman that and I was like, I don't think you should have done that.
You shouldn't have.
And then everybody's crying about it. I was like, oh, now we care about doxing, because where were y'all at when Girl in Cinema got doxed? We only care about things when either the person that did it we already don't like, or B, the issue is that the person that was on the receiving end of it is somebody we cared about.
Oh, I know what I want to go back to something. I know what issue I had with that story, with that Vince thing. It was the fact that
was it Friday night?
Yeah. It was when I say the issue I have, it was like he was saying it was people not treating this like they did with speaking out, so to speak.
Because right now is not a non-consensual situation.
Well, it was that, and then it was also the fact that people were kind of like I didn't like the fact that people were no selling it. You know, I don't like the because he's a billionaire and because he's got all this money, he's probably going to get off anyway. Let's forget about No. That's not what we're gonna do. No, we're not gonna no-sell this thing just because he's a billionaire. Now I know a bunch of billionaires have done this in the past, in like the past 2 years, alone that it's come out about this, but no, we can't like just no-sell it. That was my main thing with it. I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that
I don't know what people
that
respect.
it was no-sell. That was no-sell.
I sat there and watched it, and everything that happened went about it as much as I thought it was going to go. I didn't expect Vince to come out here and basically come and talk to you about what went down. He used it. He did exactly what I felt like Vince would have done. If he finds a way to pop a rating, he's going to pop a rating. And so far,
maybe it's because I didn't like the fact that he said we are in this together. I'm like, we. What is he
speaking French right now?
Yeah, I was like, we. What do you mean we? Nintendo, we. He's like, remember, all of us are in this together. Us? Are you talking about the movie? Like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not in it. Like that picture I sent you, that tweet I sent you. He said it's like we're all of us are in this together now forever. It's like us, like together. I was at home, big dog. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
I mean. Hey, that's how y'all get how you live it, but I won't there, fam.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I won't there.
And I was just like,
what? No, what the what? No, see that's what I'm talking about.
But like I said, I say it all the time, and I will continue to say it. And so it's glued to every person that hears my voice's head. Billionaires do messed up stuff. And they get away with it. Why? Because they're billionaires. Doesn't make it right. It just makes it that you get away with it. And it's messed up because everybody, and I'm gonna go here. Everybody is about, the system's racist. Before any of that, it's classist.
Yeah. Actually, so
a black billionaire knows a lot more than a white poor person.
Yeah.
So I don't tell you, actually, a millionaire. Ask OJ.
Yeah. When I say no soul, I wasn't saying no soul by Vince. I meant no soul by the fans.
Oh, he no sold it too. Everybody no sold it.
That's my thing. Like everybody no sold it to a point where it's like, yeah, that didn't happen. I was like, yes, it did. Yes, it did. Once again, we're proving we really don't care about women if we're making out coming out with stories like, hey, in the biggest publicly traded company for professional wrestling, they're passing them around. They're passing women around backstage. Like that's normal. No, it ain't. It ain't.
Like I said at the beginning of the show, if it was consensual, I'm gonna take a step back. Now, if it comes out that it wasn't, we got problems.
Yeah.
Because
like I have a problem with Imai right now because
that means that you were okay with it, and I can't say anything.
Why is that your response? Why is nobody's perfect your response? See, I'm kind of pissed off by that.
I don't know what's on his hair. That's probably that Cali weed.
That's now I'm kind of pissed off by that because that shouldn't be a response to a situation like this. Oh well, nobody's perfect, so no.
There's no excuse.
Anyway.
But then again, it goes back to that money conversation we had last week.
Anyway. Slammiversary.
We will be back at 8 o'clock for Slammiversary tonight.
Yeah. We've been trying to do this for years, haven't we?
I need to let's do the last 10 minutes. We're gonna get to this and then we'll get out of here.
Wait, what's the last 10 minutes? I thought
The 50.
Yeah. You have the page for it.
Let me pull it up now. Who's doing it? The black. Is it BWP 50, right?
First of all, I've seen the controversy behind it, and I 100% agree with it. There shouldn't be a.
Let's go ahead and get to that before we even get down to all that. So basically, Swerve's name was up there, and he said, "Take me off." And so people kind of started semi-turning on Swerve for it because it was like, how dare you not appreciate being on this list of all these great black wrestlers? And then he put in, and this was the hardest hitting question I've seen in world of wrestling. He was like, how many black wrestlers do you have in your top 10?
Okay, I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'm sorry. I'm guilty.
How many black wrestlers are in your can you put in your top 10?
Of all time?
Right now.
Right now, I have 2. I'm not gonna hold you. I got 2.
That was his point.
2, maybe.
And so then
maybe 3.
This is the one that really got people upset.
I am guilty.
It was one that really got people upset. You already know why. But when you actually look at what he said,
you talking about Moose?
Moose.
Yeah.
It made perfect sense.
It does make sense. It does.
So Moose says we didn't get into wrestling to be compared or ranked amongst people of our color only. We don't want to be segregated to only one community of athletes. If you guys are going to compare and rank us, we would like to be compared and ranked among the best regardless of race and color.
He's right, though.
I see nothing wrong here.
I don't either.
I see absolutely nothing wrong here. I don't. If I were a wrestler, I wouldn't want to be. Oh, he's the greatest black wrestler in the world. Okay, so
that sounds so.
Again,
crazy.
Goes back to Swerve's question. Since I'm the greatest black wrestler in the world, where do you put me amongst all the wrestlers?
I have in my 10 right now. I have Moose and Gresham.
I got Bianca in my top 10. I could say that
Bianca's she's up there. Sasha's up there, but she's not in my 10.
Sasha and E for me, and Lashley.
Yes, Lashley. That's the third one. Lashley is definitely in my 10. My top 10.
That's the whole point.
I have the New Day in there as a whole, so they're probably number 10.
Podcast. That's what it is. Everybody using the word wrestling.
Wait, what about wrestling? Oh,
I was trying to figure out who did the BRP 50.
I'm just saying. Like I said, my number 10 is the New Day. 10 is the New Day. I got Gresham in there. Gresham's in my 5 actually, and then Moose is in my 5.
All right, so let's go ahead and get to this so we can get up out of here so I can go cook my food and then come back.
I say yeah.
All right, so 50.
Yeah.
The retiring Billy Dixon wrapped up the top 50. Wrapped up the top of 50. Congrats on your retirement from pro wrestling, Kyle. 40. Where the heck? Oh, 49. I'm guessing is supposed to be Moses. 48. EJ Nduka.
Judge.
47. Alex Kane. 46. Brian Keith. 45. Holodead. 44. Apollo Crews, not Apollo Crew. 43. O'Shea Edwards. 42. Khan. 41. Marty Bell. 40. Savannah Evans, which she will be in Norfolk next month. 39. Mysterious Q. 38. Dawkins. 37. Lethal. 36.
Okay.
AC Mack.
Who?
AC Mack.
Okay. Yeah, he's a current IWTV independent
He's the world champion right now. Okay. 35. Michael Oku.
Oh yeah, he's the Rev Pro British Cruiserweight champion right now.
34, Rich Homie Swan.
That's funny.
33. That's what they had. Rich Homie Swan in here.
But
33.
it's Rich Swan though. Yeah, he's good.
33 Calvin Tankman. 32 Wesley. 31 Darius Carter. 30 Keith Lee. 29 Lee Moriarty. 28 Omos. 27 Red Velvet.
29 Lee Moriarty's at 29.
Hey, I take it. 26 Nyla Rose. 25 Tez. 24 Trey Miguel. 23 Xavier Woods. 23 Kiera Hogan. 21 Trish Adora. 20 Ricochet. 19 Swerve. 18 Myron Reed. Shout out to 3 of the 4 Rascals. 17 Kofi. 16 Willow Nightingale. I like her theme song.
She was on Dynamite. No, Rampage, right?
Yeah, I like her theme song.
Is Jade higher on this list? Because Jade shouldn't be on this list. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, you're about to be mad. You're going to be mad.
Oh, Jade should not be on this list. I don't care.
Oh, just wait for it. I already know where she's at, and you're going to.
I do not care.
I'm going to screen. I'm going to clip your reaction.
All right. Go ahead.
14 Naomi. 13 Shane Taylor. 12 Dante Martin.
Okay.
11 Chris Bay.
Okay.
10 Tasha Steeles.
Okay.
9 Scorpio Sky.
Okay.
The Anticipation. 8 Ricky Starks.
Okay.
7 Jonathan Gresham. 6 Carmelo Hayes. 5 Sasha Banks. 4 Big E. 3 Jade Cargill.
No. You're No.
3 Jade Cargill.
No. Read 7 through 4 again.
All right, so 7 Jonathan Gresham. 6 Carmelo Hayes. 5 Sasha Banks. 4 Big E.
Pause.
3 Jade Cargill.
Read them one more time. Just 7 through 4. One more time.
7 is Gresham. 6 is Mello. Don't miss. 5 Sasha. 4 E. 3 Jade Cargill.
Who are 2 and 1?
2 is Bobby and 1 is Bianca.
Who made this list?
The Black Wrestling Podcast.
Can we get him on the pod? I just want to talk. I just want to talk.
Here you go again. Just want to talk.
No, I do. I just want to talk. Because I can't see it. I swear, I've tried. I cannot see it.
Here's my question.
I don't understand it. Are
they doing this in the same manner that the PWI is doing it?
I'm not even talking about that.
Because if they're doing it in the manner the PWI is doing it, it makes sense. Now,
well, how do they do
it? Based on PWI does it based on kayfabe.
Okay.
So you're a success in the ring, not match quality, but there's more quantitative. So it's a quantitative.
See Jonathan Gresham's year. Y'all didn't see Sasha Banks' year, apparently.
Well, Jade Cargill hasn't lost. Quantity.
All right, so let me get this straight. Right. So people are saying Sasha Banks had the match of the year at WrestleMania again. Right? Yeah, because she fought Bianca again, right?
No, she fought. She was in the. She won the tag titles.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Bianca. Never mind.
But Bianca was one. Which again,
so she's fine.
Two straight Manias stealing the show.
Okay, you're talking about Bianca, Sasha, right?
Bianca's one, but no, we're talking about Jade and how she hasn't lost yet.
Okay, so
But I think it's just based off of that, just based on the fact that where
Okay.
everybody's ranked at.
I want to talk to them because I hope that's what it's based off of. Because if it's not, this list is flawed. It is. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah. Because
flawed
if it's not, then she should not be above Mello and Gresham and
there's no way.
Steele.
Jonathan Gresham has been for the last year carried Ring of Honor as a central figure.
Well, Ring of Honor is like AEW's NXT.
But my point
level
is,
up.
my point is, he under the banner of Ring of Honor, he's decided I'm going to carry this banner of Ring of Honor as this pure champion and to restore it back to its former glory. You know, as Ring of Honor World Champion. At that brilliant match with Bandito at Supercard of Honor, I liked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big E, who we've been clamoring for to be WWE champion, got it. You know, in like the most best way possible. Bobby, who hasn't missed in a year, you know, well, a few things, but like not even a few things, because the Hurt Business was great. His feud with Drew was great. Like,
I mean, he's done everything right with what he's been given, or what's been taken from him.
I don't see why can't I? Is it because I don't see it, or am I not seeing what other people are seeing, or am I just seeing what I'm seeing and I hate it?
It's probably the latter. Because I know more than anybody else that you are not a Jade fan.
Because like I don't even
catch my Jade Cargill reference when we were talking about the no selling of the issues on SmackDown.
No, I saw the video.
It was a room full of Jade Cargills in that arena. Because
I saw that video and I'm like, what are we doing?
No selling like her name is Jade Cargill. What you mean?
You can't be on a list. You can't be like it was the same thing with the list
about Jade Cargill. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about her because I don't think things will change anytime soon. Jade Cargill looks like an absolute star. Has the build of an absolute star. Then the bell rings.
Yeah.
And then at that point, she's just doing a whole bunch of stuff she has no business doing. If they would slow her down and kiss, keep it simple, stupid, she'd be fine. But she's doing so much, and it doesn't look great.
No.
If she's going to sell, let her sell correctly. She doesn't need to be taking too many bumps anyway. She's overpowering a bunch of those women anyway. See, people get mad about Goldberg, but WCW did it right.
Yes, they did.
They knew Goldberg was limited. Goldberg didn't go out there and try to do a whole bunch of stuff that he couldn't do. He went out there, speared you, jackhammer, go home, and the crowd ate it up every single time. Matter of fact, the crowd still eats it up in 2022. If Goldberg comes out tomorrow night on Raw, what do you think is going to happen?
He's probably going to get cheered.
He's going to get cheered, and all you're going to hear is Goldberg, Goldberg.
Well, he'll be cheered, and then somewhere you'll hear somebody somebody yelling obscenities, and that's probably Bret Hart.
You'll see a bunch of crying and complaining on the internet, but the internet, they don't care. The crowd, the people whose butts are in the seats are loud for Goldberg every single time. I have yet to see Goldberg pop out into the arena and sounds like who gets no reaction right now. I'm sorry, Mercedes, but Mercedes Martinez. I love Mercedes Martinez, but a lot of the people over there, you're starting to see that they're not popular for everybody as they were at the beginning. But that's all I got, dog. I need to go cook my food and then get back up here for our 8 o'clock watch.
We have a special guest joining us.
Yes, Duke Loves Wrestling will be back today, so definitely pull up. We'll talk.
It's the return of the gangster.
I think I got some explaining to do. Pretty sure.
Oh, he does. You do.
Yeah, I don't think he forgot about my statement, so I got to explain myself in the 30 minutes he'll have with us. So I will get to that. So yeah, I'll catch y'all on at 8 o'clock. Peace, love, and Pop-Tarts. Always remember to drink your water and stay out of folk business. And we will see y'all later.
Sliding it like a wet flow. Already fried from the get-go. Alligators look like gecko. Everything I do, they echo. Big facts, my bank on big man. My drip too wet, that spit can.